Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss about the assignment of AngularJS, PHP and MySQL. So in my last video, I have explained about the PHP and MySQL connectivity, and in that assignment, I have used HTML as a front end. So in this assignment, we'll be using the new front end called as AngularJS framework, and along with that, we'll be using PHP as a server-side programming and MySQL as a database. So what basically we'll do is we'll be writing AngularJS as a front end, and through PHP server-side programming, we'll be fetching the data from the database called as MySQL, and we'll be displaying that data in the form of AngularJS on the web page. So that small assignment we are going to perform. So before start with the assignment, we'll quickly see the what is AngularJS. So basically it's a JavaScript framework, front-end framework developed by the Google, and as you see, it includes and it extends the HTML in the form of different directives, filters, modules, and controller. So it is the part of MVC architecture, and it is used as a quick and efficient scripting language. So to start with, we'll see how AngularJS is used. So basically it's a JavaScript, so similar to the jQuery, it is used with the CDN. So as you see, this script tag, script src is equals to ajax.googleapis.com/ajax/lib/AngularJS 1.6.9 angular.min.js. So this basically is the CDN, content delivery network, online CDN which used for the AngularJS. So this basically takes all the controllers, APIs, and all the filters from the AngularJS which is required for the application. So whenever we use AngularJS, AngularJS come up with its different directives, popular directives and expressions. So we'll see that directives and the expressions. So AngularJS extends with three main directives called as ng-app, ng-model, and ng-bind. So if you see this ng-app, ng-model, and ng-bind. So ng is Angular and ng-app is the directive. So like this, we have a different directives in the AngularJS, and we use that different directives in the AngularJS application. So first directive is called as ng-app, which defines the AngularJS application. So whenever you create the new AngularJS app, so this ng-app directive is used. Then second we have ng-model. So this basically ng-model directive is used to hold the HTML controls to the application data. It is very similar to the name property in HTML. And third is ng-bind, which binds the application data to the HTML view. Suppose you want to display some text box value in the form of paragraph or in the form of labels. So that holds the HTML view, basically which holds the text box data and displayed on the HTML view. For that perspective, ng-bind is used. So these three directives are used. So this is the example of AngularJS. So it is written inside the HTML file. So we have a doc type HTML, then HTML tag, then script, as I told, CDN is used, then body part, and then we write ng-app. So we are writing in division tag. You can write in body also. So ng-app is equals to double quotes. So it's no name app. So there is no name for the ng-app. So for its null. So then paragraph, then name, then input type is equals to text. So here we are using text field, and for that we have used ng-model is equals to name. So we have an input type text, and we have ng-model. What ng-model we have discussed? It's binds the value of HTML control. So here we have HTML control called as input type, and it takes the value in the form of name field. So this we have, and third is paragraph, another paragraph, ngbind is equals to name. So what basically it does, this input type text creates the text field. When user enters into some text fields, it takes the data in the form of ng model, and it binds that data using the ng bind in the form of paragraph tag. So this holds the data and binds the data using the AngularJS. We'll see this how it works. So here is the text field name. So if we entered something, let's say hello, then so what we have is it creates this app called as no name app or null app. Then we have input type text. This input text field is created. Then we have ng model is equals to name. So this text field has a name called as name, which binds the data. This name and this name is same. This binds the data. So this is paragraph fields. So it binds that data using the ng bind. So then division tag close and body tag close. So like this, it use the ng bind, ng app and ng model directives into the AngularJS. So like this, different directives we have to use into the assignments. The like some other directives, ng init, then ng bind. Ng bind already we have seen. So like this we have different directives. So this we have another directive is used into AngularJS is called as modules. So what this modules is, modules defines the AngularJS application. So when we have different types of application, parts of the application, then we use the modules. So first we create the modules, then we create the controller for that modules, and then we use controller inside the modules. So first creating the modules. So module is created where app is equals to angular.module my app. This is the name of the app, and this empty array is used. So this my app parameter refers the HTML element in which application will run. Okay. And now you can add different controllers, directives, filters into the AngularJS. So what this module does, this module holds different directives, filters into the application. So this we have. So this is the example, ng app, name of the app, ng controller, name of the controller. I'll tell you what is the controller. Then first name and last name, then script. Then we have where app is equals to angular.module my app, and then app.controller, name of the controller, function, then scope variable. Then scope is used as a current variable. So scope dot first name is equals to John, scope dot last name is equals to Do. So it takes both the variables and print the variables. So we'll see that part. So it displays both the variables, right? So what we have is we have created the module. Inside the module we have created the controller. We have given the name of the controller, two parameters, name of the controller and function. Inside the function we have read the scope dot first name and scope dot last name. So what we have done is we have printed using the ng app, and in division we have printed first name plus space last name. So this first name and last name are these variables which has assigned the current variables which has assigned the John and Doe as the value of it. So this is used with respect to modules. So these directives we have to use into the assignment part. So now like this we have different filters, services into the AngularJS. Once you used and see the different application, then we'll be understanding the whole part of the AngularJS. So the controller or the different directives which we have seen, which is required for the assignment part, So that we have discussed. So I'll move further for the assignment part. So again, this assignment we can do it in do it on XAMPP. So we'll go ahead with respect to assignment part. So I have XAMPP installed. So last time we have seen that XAMPP is installed. Then we'll go to the htdocs. Then we'll create a new directory called as any directory. I'll give the name Angular. Then I'll be adding the files which I have. So I have one angular.html file and another is called as angular.php file. So in my Angular folder, I'll be creating new, then file, I'll name angular.php. I'll be opening with Notepad. So I'll be writing the first part. So first part is writing the header into PHP. I'll tell you why I am writing these two headers. So sorry, I have forgot to write the tags. So question mark PHP, then question mark complete. So I'm writing first header. This first header is header access control allow origin PHP. So what happens is most of the times if we don't, if your Apache server don't allow the original domain to access, then we have to use this header access control allow origin, which allows the different types of response headers which is coming from the PHP. So for our code it is optional, but most of the time this header is required. So second header is in our assignment we are reading the JSON response from the PHP, and for this JSON response we are setting the content type application JSON and char set UTF-8. So both the headers are includes, but I think both the headers are optional. So even if you comment this will work, but few assignments, few servers requires this. So I have added this part. After this we'll be requiring connection object. So what we have is we have $con is equals to new MySQLi. In that we have passed 4 variables. Localhost is the server name, root is username, another root is password, and DB is database name. So this we have used. So either you can create the variable names and you can pass that variables, or you can directly pass the value of it. So in previous assignment we have created the variables and we have passed that variables for server name, username, password and database name, but here we have directly passed the names of the value of that variables. So local name is the server name, root is username, another root is password, and DB is your database name. So next is dollar result set. So dollar result is equals to dollar con query. Select f name, l name from the form 1. So we are executing the query called as select query. We have two attributes, two columns, f name and l name from the database form 1. And this we have read using the dollar con. So this is dollar con, and it stores into the variable called as dollar result. So your query is retrieved into the dollar results. Now next part is what we have to do is we have to read this result. So this result includes the multiple rows which is available into database table. So this we have to read in the form of JSON object, so that the value which read by the JSON object is passed to the AngularJS in the front end side. So we have taken $outp is equals to null. So while loop is used, while $rs is equals to $result. So rs is new variable we have taken. This $result is query. Then we have written fetch array, fetch underscore array, mysqli underscore associate. So whatever result is used, this result is the whole query. So what we are doing is this result, whatever we have, we are reading in the form of associative array. So what is this? What is the format of associative array? Associative array is read in the form of key and value. Right, so key and value ph. So key is like what reference we have for the value, and like first name, and first name is a column. Then for first name, what is the value? Second, last name, what is the value? So it reads the value and what is the key associated with respect to that value. So it reads in the peer form. So for that we are reading in the associative form. So I'll show you when we are running this file. Now if, next line, if $outp is not equals to null, that means if this is not null, right, then $outp is equals to concatenate with comma. Why this comma? Because after each value to be printed, there is a comma which separates the multiple values of the number of rows into the database table. Right? So this outp is each row which concatenate with comma with respect to other values. So what is outp? Then what to be print or add into the outp? So outp concatenate dollar is equals to first name colon dot, again concatenate $rs. So in rs what we have read? Rs we have read the associative array. So $rs first index. First index क्या है? What is the first index? Is the first name, f name, dot second outp dot last underscore name dot rs last name dot. Right? So what it will do, from this $rs, it reads outp concatenate with first index, again reads the outp concatenate with the last index, like this multiple index, because we have a while loop. Then it will read till the loop get end. Then $p is equals to single quote curly bracket records colon outp dot outp. So this dot outp holds all the values including first name and last name separated by comma, right, and stores as a records, right. So if I print echo, it will print records colon all the values of first name and last name separated by comma, right. And the structure of this form, structure of this output is in the form of JSON data, right. So this is the code that we have. I'll quickly again revisit the code part. So first is headers, both the headers. First header is allowed your HTTP response from the PHP. Then second header allows the read the JSON format of the data. Then $con MySQL I, 4 variables, server name, username, password, and database name. Then $result is equals to query, select query, which stores into the results, out p initially null, while $results fetch underscore array MySQL associate. So this MySQL associate is read the data in the form of associative array stored into the arrays variables. So whatever we have into right now is in the arrays variables. So if out p is not equals to null, then out p with respect to value added into the out p separated by the comma. So initially it is null, new value is added, that is 1, again comma, next value, like this all values. So $p $out p dot equals to first name dot concatenate arrays f name. So this is first index of the database table. This is database tables. This is second index, right? So this is first column, this is second column, which reads, and each value of this first column and second column is printed against the first name and last name. Like this it will repeat till the loop get ends, because it's a while loop. Then out p is equals to records. So this holds as a records and colon dot out p dot. So this out p, which now includes all the records separated by comma, first name and last name, which print against the records, right. And then connection close, and then echo the out p, just to check that what value is stored by the out p, right. So this is the PHP code. What I'll do is I'll run this only. Till now we have not discussed the AngularJS part. We have only run the PHP code. So what I'll do is I'll run the PHP file. See here. So this is the records which we have written here, records, and then out p. So after the record 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the records. So first name, last name, and its value. So here we have written first name rs f name, last name rs l name. So this is first name rs first name, second, last name rs last name, first, second, third, because of the while loop. So it prints all the records available into the database tables. So we have used both the headers. First header is this access control allow origin, which reads the server response. Our server is Apache and it uses the OpenSSL, right. And second is check the format, which used for the JSON data, right. So if you don't use the headers, then it print as a raw data like this, records, right. And if you see the structure, right, this structure is a JSON data, right? So this is key and this is value, this is key and this is value. Like this it prints the JSON data. So as this is raw data, this is printed using the PHP itself, and it is server side. The front end part, UI part, HTML part does not understand the structure of this data. So this data needs to be present in the form of HTML view, right? Maybe in the table structure, or maybe in the paragraph structure, or maybe in the list structure. Then user can understand that data. So our task is we have to read this JSON data by using Angular JS framework, and we need to print that data into user understandable format, maybe in the table structure or maybe in the format of the HTML, any other HTML elements, right? So this we have. So I'll show you one more thing. If, as I told, this is optional, so I'll comment this part and I'll run this file again. So it shows like this. So this is completely raw data which does not understand the JSON structure of it. So if you remove this, I think only second line I'll have to remove. Then it shows the JSON form, right? So this is the JSON form which printed using the AngularJS form. Now next part is writing the AngularJS code. So AngularJS code is written inside the HTML code itself. So your file is HTML file. So when you write the AngularJS code, we'll write inside the HTML, inside the body part of the HTML. So first we'll write with the basic of HTML. So I'll be writing some CSS which is required for the table, and then basic HTML code. So for document type HTML tag, then style tag I'm using the internal CSS, then I'm taking table, th and td. So I'll be using 3 element, table, th and td. For that I'm setting the border 1 pixel solid gray, then border collapse, collapse, then padding 5 pixels, and this is for all table, th and td. And second, for table, tr, nth child odd. So each odd background color is this, and for each even background color is this. So this table CSS I have written. Then next is CDN part. So after style tag we'll write script tag. So in script tag we have script src, and this AngularJS CDN is required. So this is mandatory CDN. So when you are performing this, AngularJS main.js file will be given to you, and you have to use it offline. So you don't require the whole URL, because as I am using online CDN, so I am using this whole URL. But when you are doing it, your file will be given, so you have to write only angular.main.js. So this CDN is used, Angular main CDN. Now in body part we'll write the code. So first part I'll be writing the division tag, then I'm giving ng app is equals to my app. So I'm using first directive called as ng app, and I'm giving name of the app called as my app. Then second, I'm using the ng controller, and I'm giving the name called as customer controller. Customer control is name of the app. So as I told initially, we have three basic directives, and these directives are ng model, then ng app, and ng controller. So ng model, ng bind, and ng app. So we are using this basic controller, basic directives, and these directives are used into the AngularJS to define the AngularJS application. So next is I'll be writing code. So the code is I'll be writing for module to create. So before that, we'll write the table tag. So this table tag is used. So this controller, as I told, is used as a view part of the MVC, which used whatever we read from the AngularJS, that will be viewed in the form of controller. So next is table tag, then we have tr, and then we are using another tag called as ng repeat. So this ng repeat is used as a for loop. So what we'll do is, as I said, like in PHP we have seen there are number of rows into the database table, and if you want to print each row one after another, then we have to read this into the loop. So for this we are using ng repeat. So suppose x is like whatever we are read it from the data, like array, and we are printing the each row of that particular array, then it used with respect to ng repeat, and it stores in the form of x is the variable and is used in terms of the array to read. Then we have td, table definition, first name, which prints the first row, first index, and last name, which prints the second index. So both the TDs are printed, then tr closed, and then table closed. So it will repeat a number of rows depending on how many values we have into the database table. So I'll come on that part again. So table is closed. So next part is creating the module. So next part is creating the module. So var app is equals to angular.module. So this module is, as already we have discussed, module is used to add the different application into AngularJS. So angular.module, name of the app, and array. So this array is initially it is empty. When we have some response to read, then it takes the values into it. So app.controller is used as we have created the customer controller. So this controller is customer controller, name is given, and second parameter is a function. So this function has two values. One is scope variable. So this checks like what current values you are reading, and second is $HTTP. So $HTTP is basically required for to read the response from the server. So as we have a data at the server side, so we need to read that data, and that data will be read as a response, and that response is a HTTP response. So we write $HTTP, then $HTTP.get angular.php. So we have PHP file. That PHP file is used using $.get. Then .then function is used, and what we are reading from the angular.php is a response of it. So there is a response header which is generated by the PHP, and that response we have to read. So we are writing the response variable into it, and then we write $scope. So $scope is a current variable. .names, it reads into the names array, is equals to, so this is at the Angular side, this is at the PHP side. So what we are reading, $scope.names. So names is an array which stores all the responses which is coming from the PHP. And what is coming from the PHP? Response.data.records. So we have a response which is a PHP response .data.records. So as you see, we have created the records. Yes, so we have records in PHP file. Yes, so this records which reads the whole JSON data and stores. So what this does, it response.data.records. So all the data which is available in the form of records as a JSON data is stored locally in the form of Angular in the $scope.names array. So now what is our responsibility? Now data is available into these fields. Scope.names. What the data? It's a multiple rows, right? And these multiple rows are stored in an array. So now it's a job of AngularJS to read the array names. So here we have read. So what we have reads, these names in ng repeat x in names. Alright, what is x? Each variable in names, or each row in names, right? That we have. So each row in names, first name, but we have x dot first name and x dot last name. So what is first name and last name? So we go back to the PHP. We have created the keys. So this is value, $rs fname and $rs lname. These are the values. But what is the keys for that values in the form of JSON? First name and last name. Suppose if you see this x dot first name and x dot last name. So I'll do this. Suppose I'll change this to first and I'll change this to last. So what I need to do is I need to read x dot first and x dot last, because these are the keys for the data, right? So this we have printed. Right, so it will print each value of x in the form of td in front of first name and last name, and it will apply the CSS which we have written, right? So if you see AngularJS run, you see these data. Alright. Now this data, JSON data, is send it to the front end. Which front end? AngularJS front end. This front end. In which form? Response.data.records form. This part. Yes, this is the JSON data. Now this data is available in the AngularJS in the form of scope.names. Now scope.names is array which contains the multiple rows. So for this we have used tag called as ng repeat, because we have to print the multiple rows. X in names is each row in names, because data is stored into the names. So we are printing x dot first and x dot last. This is the format to print the data, right? So what I'll do now is I'll run angular.html. Just a minute. So see here. So first name, last name, first name, last name. Each alternate row has CSS applied. Alright, first name, column, last name. So this way. Yes. Suppose these names I have changed it to names 1. These names I have changed it to names 1. So and if I run this will not read because the names you read and the value you read is different. So this is how we have read the data from the PHP and we have displayed in the form of HTML using the AngularJS. In this way, AngularJS is used to extend the mechanism of HTML, right, in the form of directives and controls. Right. So as we have seen, the AngularJS, right, introductory part. So this we have used framework to basically extend the HTML. So what we have is directives, expression, filters, modules, and controllers. Right. So it includes event DOMs, forms, input, validation, HTTPs, and many more. Right. So there are again many parts into it, but the part which we have discussed is about reading the MySQL data using the server-side PHP, and that data we have read using the JSON object, and this JSON object we have displayed in the form of AngularJS framework, using the AngularJS framework in the form of HTML data, right? So I hope you people will understand this part and will able to perform this particular assignment of AngularJS, PHP, and MySQL. With this I will stop here. Thank you.